is Tarik Talk. Your host, Tarik Mendes, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tarik Talk.
All right, guys. Today I'm here with Annika with Ooh Baby at booth 109. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm so happy.
Thank you so much for being on the podcast. I love the grills, by the way. That's such a cool detail. Would you mind telling us a little bit about your work and your booth here?
Yeah, sure. So I'm the designer behind Ooh Baby by Annika. That's me. Basically, what I do is every garment I design starts off with a painting. So nice. Every seasonal collection has basically the painting collection, right? So you'll see it come in through prints and colorways, and my jackets are one of my special linings you can see here. So trench coats are one of my favorite things to design. So you'll see that a lot on the page. That's what I do.
And can you tell us a little bit about your creative process? Like, how do ideas come to you?
So I normally start off my ideas with a concept, like what am I trying to bring across to people, and then I go on to what is the subject. So, like, for example, lately I've been doing photographs that have been my basis for the collection. Nice. So you'll see photos of Bushwick, which is where my studio is in Brooklyn. Nice. Also photos of New York City, and then I print those out and I paint on them depending on the concept. So yeah, a lot of layers.
And you have so much work here. How do you keep track of your ideas? Do you like write them down? Have like the notes on the iPhone, like a sketchbook? How does that work for you?
I do spreadsheets actually. I love spreadsheets, especially when I do clothing. I have to keep everything super organized because I have samples coming in. So spreadsheets are the best.
That's so dope.
And I do a lot of Adobe Illustrator, obviously, with the tech packs of designing clothing and things. So that also keeps me organized too.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And like, what's your studio ritual like? When you first come in, do you get to work right away? Do you have a coffee, meditate, get the vibes, and then get to work? How does that work for you?
Yeah, normally I try to get in as early as I can, unless I've stayed up all night. So that depends. But normally I start off with a coffee. I blast music. I have hula hoops in the studio. I have my roller skates in the studio. Nice. So it depends on the day, but I normally like to start it off creatively, not writing the emails. You know what I'm saying?
Very
so maybe
smart,
just a little creative energy going and good music.
I love that. You have such a good vibe.
Thanks.
And do you have any dream projects that you want to do in the future, where there's big life-size sculptures or collabs or anything like that?
You know, I honestly, I just want to continue to scale my business. Right now I'm on such a incline, and I'm so excited to continue sharing this. So basically I just want to focus on making the best product that I can, and I know that whatever's meant to be will be, and collaborations of course with larger brands. I think my biggest goal is getting into a couple large stores across the United States and hopefully internationally. I won't limit that to a specific company or person. But basically just continued on to living off my designs and art and growing the brand and bringing it to more people. That's what I want.
And then do you have any advice for young art? Because a lot of listeners always ask me, can you ask your guests what's an advice for a young artist that wants to try but they're scared or they don't know how to start? What would you tell them? My advice would be
figure out where this feeling is coming from. Is it a genuine feeling? What avenue do you want to go into? Do you want to go into painting, clothing? Do you want to try it all? And then my kind of deciding factor to I had to make money, right? Yeah. So I dropped out of college and I had to make money. So I found a sales channel, and that happened to be a street market. And that literally changed my life because it was in front of so many people, which I recommend. Going to your local markets. Every city has a market. Go bring your art, bring your clothes, bring your whatever, photographs. Bring them there in front of people, get their feedback, sell it, get it out there in the world, and it starts to go like a tumbleweed. So I would just say get it in front of as many people as you can.
That's dope. And going back to your art, I see you seem to use a lot of mediums. I'm guessing spray paint, acrylic. Can you describe a little bit about the materials you use? Yeah,
each piece changes up, and obviously I love clothes so much that I have a lot of fabric samples. So basically I'll use like some patches, which is a signature of Ooh Baby. Spray paint, you're totally right. Graffiti markers. I just started with oil, so I have an oil painting over there, which is awesome.
Oh, cool.
This one's got like a leather belt in it. So I really like using textiles because it ties in the clothing so well.
That's so on brand. That's so genius. Well,
thank
you so much for being on the podcast. Can you just plug in your Instagram one more time?
Yeah, my Instagram is Ooh Baby by Annika. OOHBABYBYANIKA. Ooh Baby by Annika.
Thank you so much, guys. Check her work. It's so dope. She's at booth 109. And thank you again. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for listening to Tarik Talk. Follow Tarik Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online. This is Tarik Talk. Your host, Tarik Mendes, takes you on a journey with guests from all around the world. Broadcasting around the world. Around the world. This is Tarik Talk.
Today I'm here with Avni Patel. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Awesome. I am at the CHASHAMA Arts Open Art Studios. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself as an artist?
So, as an artist, I'm an abstract painter, expressionist. My work is about nature, sound, music, elements of textiles, and just joyfulness in my paintings.
Yes. The thing I like that caught my attention about your art is that it's very happy. It like takes you to a portal, and it brings like happiness and relaxed. Do you work only with paintings, or do you do other mediums?
I only do paintings, acrylic paint and paint markers, but I like to explore with different forms of paper and on plastic and any material I can find to play with.
And what's your creative process like when you come to the studio? Do you get to work right away? Do you have to have a coffee, meditate, read the newspaper? How is that for you?
So when I come to the studio, I just like to sit for a moment, look at my paintings, look at my color studies, that which I create about 300-400 drawings. I call them my vocabularies. So I look at them and then I start the process.
Oh, nice.
With the whole, like, with my music and my dance, and I go with the color, playfulness with them.
Oh, wow. And do you like to work more in the daytime or nighttime, or are you, like, spontaneous?
I'm a more daytime, morning person. So I usually get around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm here till like 4 or 5 o'clock. So that gives me more energy. I think the mornings are the best to work.
I love that. And how do you keep track of your ideas? Do you have like a little sketchbook or notepad?
They're all spontaneous. I do have a sketchbook. I draw in my sketchbook, but they're all spontaneously done.
Wow, that's so cool. So like when you start a painting, it's like a very organic process for you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And when you start a painting, are you able to finish that painting right away, or does it take you a couple of days?
It takes a process. It takes a couple of days, so it needs to dry, and then I think about more of my patterns. I go back next day with my more patterns and color studies.
Oh, wow.
So I'm always like evolving, exploring in different elements in my paintings.
So cool. And do you work on multiple paintings at once, or do you like to be...
So if I have a exhibition coming up, I would do multiple, but then if I don't have a show, I'll do a painting at a time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And can you tell us any projects you're working on at the moment or next year?
So right now I have a mural up in Crown Heights,
oh, nice.
989 Pacific Street.
Okay.
And then I have a solo show coming up in Manhattan.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. And next month through Q Art Foundation. And then I have a show up right now at Penn State University.
Oh, congrats.
And the next show will be upstate New York, solo.
Oh, wow. You're a busy lady. Congratulations.
Thank
Always
you.
good to be busy. Do you mind sharing your Instagram so the listeners can keep track of your future shows and hopefully attend as well?
Yes, so my Instagram is unique_AVANI. So unique, UNIQUE_AVANI.
Awesome. And do you have any projects or like dream collaborations that you want to do in the future, like big sculptures or a different medium you want to try?
Yes, I really want to create a big sculpture out of my little creatures. So I think that will connect with three-dimensional landscape and also the movement of nature. I would love to do that.
I love that.
I would
like,
love
the first
to do,
thing I noticed when I saw your work, it reminded me, like, at first I thought beautiful work, of course, but I also thought those like large sculptures that they do at a music festival, or like a cool playground for kids that's like 3D where they can climb. I think it would be so cool.
Yeah.
And do you mind sharing an advice for young artists that want to start being an artist or start practicing art, but they don't know what to do or they're a little scared? Like, do you have any advice for them?
Yes, just believe in yourself, keep going. Me as a young artist many years ago, I never gave up. Even though New York is a tough place to be an artist, but I've been doing it for 25 years. So keep going and just create something that's in you. Never give up.
I love that. And do you think how would you say your work has changed over the 25 years, like when you first started to now? So
first, it has been evolving, which is I love in my work. It has changed, but the trueness of colors are still in my paintings. So it's going in a happy mode, the recent work, and its connection with like nature and human. So that's what my work is based on now.
That's so cool. And once you paint a painting, and if like you're not sure how to finish or you don't like it, do you normally throw that painting out, or do you leave it aside and go back to it in the future?
I always correct that painting. I never throw it out because I don't like to throw anything away as like an environmentalist. You don't want to harm things, so I make something that's destroyed into again the process of overlapping of more colors and patterns.
And do you ever go back to your old work and try to like reference yourself a little bit or like redo something you did in the past?
I go back and forth looking at my old work and I'm like, how did I do that? And now I need to recreate that in the new work.
That's so cool. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. Can you share your Instagram one more time for the listeners?
So Instagram is unique_AVANI.
Perfect. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening to Tarik Talk. Follow Tarik Talk on all social media channels and check out the video interviews online.